Here we go. 3, 2, 1, action. Okay. Yep.
There, nailed it.
Cut.
No, I'm fine. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold up. No, I'm fine. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
3, 2, 1, action.
I'm a Wario, and I'm gonna wah 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 wah.
Cut. That's a cut.
Hey everyone, welcome to Behind the Scenes. So John came up with the idea mostly for this video.
In a dream.
In a dream.
In a dream, and I remember waking up and being like, that's a great idea.
We should make a video about
We
that.
should make a video about that. And
100% CG.
Yeah, people in the cockpits are the only actual real
But even
life
in those, half of that is made. We just went to Home Depot and ragtagged the crap out of a really crappy box that looked kind of like a cockpit, and then spray painted it black and silver, and then dressed it in like a bunch of tubing and stuff, and that's what you see in the cockpit scenes of the video.
And that's the only real thing besides the people in it. Mm-hmm. In one shot where Luigi jumps out of the cockpit, he hits his full body. And our blue screen was way too small to keep him on that, so it's like the fix there is he should just wear Mario's costume, which is red. We'll key out the green and then flip the red to green later, which is exactly what it did. And if you pay attention in that shot, there's an M on his hat.
I did the audio in this one. All the audio is from scratch because we didn't film anything. So the dialogue is the only thing in the video that is not completely made from scratch. But it's just layer after layer after it's seriously like dozens of layers, if not close to 100. I've never like studied audio or anything, so just as YouTubers, it's just stuff like, oh well, we need audio in our video. Well, gotta learn how to do that. So a lot of stuff which was great for this video is that we used Star Wars sounds
as reference and stuff.
And we used Mario sounds. So like when the fire flower shoots, you hear both the laser sound from Star Wars and also the Mario's fireball sound. And also doing Bowser's voice. We just found a voice pack online and that was great like that. And then you just have to kind of parse a ton of different things that Bowser says together. Of course, it's all gibberish. I don't know if I did a good job on it, but we got it done. Yeah, it's half the battle. But anyway, that's the story of audio. Basically, start from scratch with nothing. It makes it take a long time to do, and it's really time-consuming and stuff, and a lot of work. But you have 100% control over it.
Stay in attack formation.
So one of the benefits of making a parody as opposed to like our own relatively original video is like this direct parody means we have tons of source material. So we could just look at, we're like, oh, how should it sound here? What should it look like here? We're like, okay, well, what does it look like in Star Wars? What does it sound like in Star Wars? It makes it easier for decision making because you're never all going to agree on something. So you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen or else nothing gets done. Or when it gets done, it burns.
Is this a democracy or dictatorship?
Dictatorship.
Actually, honestly, with each video we try to
kind of assign one person.
Yeah, so for like this video, since I was the one that came up with it.
So anyway, so it has to be uniform, so like John was saying, we like to put
one person in charge of each project.
Well, it's like having a director of a movie.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
the same thing.
And all of it, and then everyone brings their own stuff to this.
Yeah, and it's not like a dictatorship, but it's more like, instead of us like just going back and forth like, no, I think it should be like this. Or
someone just has to.
You're just saying if and when you guys do have a disagreement about something, there is someone who's
like
pulls you back into line.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. If you don't do that, then You're gonna spend
project
too much
just
time
gets,
arguing
bickering
about what things should be.
Because
like.
in the end,
when
everything
it usually is insignificant.
exactly.
It's like
And
both
everything's
ways
super
work.
arbitrary. It doesn't matter.
So let's just pick one. Because I have my own preference, of course, of what I think things should look like. But if my preference doesn't exactly match everyone else working on it, then
it's gonna come out weird, and some shots.
yeah,
are
it
gonna
will be
too,
inconsistent,
yeah,
and people
exactly.
will be able to tell. Yeah, and there are certain things where it's like if you have a disagreement about it, and it's a big enough deal, then you'll actually take some time to engage. But a lot of times it'll be like, oh, should the shell be this big or this big? And it's like that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just make it.
It's
consistent.
just preference is the only thing there. Yeah. There's no objectivity to it. But then if it comes to something like, I don't know, more important, like the ending. How should we end this video?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, well, I think it should end in the Death Star exploding. It's like, and someone's like, I think, well, I already did the shot, and in my shot, instead of the Death Star exploding, I have a bunch of unicorns jump out and shoot slingshots at each other. It's like, that doesn't make any sense.
Why
so
did
that's
you
something
do
to argue about and be like, okay,
Yeah.
this actually matters.
Was that
But
was that a shot you worked on,
That's
Braden?
one
That
thing.
was-
I
was
jump
one.
cut it and it pissed me off.
Yeah.
It just makes things go a lot more smoothly. And as long as you trust each other, it doesn't matter that someone else is like barking orders or whatever.